Ellarigu Namaskara. I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to the Little Things. In my previous video about ECA, I had spoken about the various organizations which does ECA, the time and cost taken by them, and I had also mentioned that I had got my ECA done from WES. So today's video is going to be all about WES, right from answering whether you have to get your ECA done first or give your IELTS exam, to how to register for WES and how to send your documents to them. I will try my best to share with you all that I know about this process. I'm Chaitanya and I have been creating Canadian PR and food related videos for about a month's time now, and we are very close to reaching our first 100 subscribers. So if you are someone new to the channel, please do consider subscribing to the channel, show some love and support to it. Now when we start with the Canadian PR process, the first question which we will get is whether to get our ECA done first or to give IELTS exam. When I was back in India and wanting to get my PR, I too had the same question. So I thought, why not do some research and try to collect the opinion of people who have already done this before us. So I came here to YouTube and I started watching various videos related to this. So there was this YouTuber who is saying that give your IELTS first, because if you don't clear your IELTS, then what's the point of getting your ECA done and wasting the money? That sounded right to me. So I watched the next video, and this person was saying to get the ECA done first because it lasts for around 5 years. So even if you fail IELTS in your first attempt, you'll still have plenty of time left to reappear and clear it. Now even this sounded right to me. So now again I was left confused. Now I want to share with you all something. Not that I'm proud about it, but still want to share it, hoping that nobody else will repeat the same mistakes as we did. Now from the time we decided to get the PR, we wasted a solid 5 to 6 months either being lazy or procrastinating or taking things really slowly, one step at a time. So we decided to get the PR in April 2018 and then finalize the consultancy in June, and then ECA happened in October, and finally gave the IELTS in Jan 2019. So you see how much time we wasted in between. You know, one thing which I wish somebody would have told me back then is that if I'm serious about this, then I will have to multitask. Trust me, if there's anything which can get you a PR at the earliest, then it definitely has to be multitasking. So please don't waste any more of your time deciding whether to give your IELTS first or to do your ECA. You will have to do them simultaneously. Register with WES, contact your university and work towards getting your documents sent to WES at the earliest. At the same time, book your slots for the IELTS exams, start preparing for it every day and give your IELTS exam. So if everything goes well, within a time span of around 1.5 to 2 months, you should be able to get done with both these processes. Also, it's not just these two things, you will also have to start collecting other documents as well simultaneously. It could be a lost birth certificate, or you have still not got your marriage registered, or you have some documents yet to be collected from your previous employer. Whatever it is, start collecting them. Now please don't get overwhelmed. It might sound like a Herculean task, but it will definitely help you out in saving some time. So first things first, let's get registered with WES and get a reference ID. And before doing that, please make sure to check the WES website and make sure that your college or university is among the list of the recognized universities, and then proceed with the registration. Now let's talk about how to send the documents to WES. So way back in October 2018 when I got my ECA done, things were a bit different, as in I could send my documents directly to WES and it didn't require the university to send them directly. Since I had completed my graduation and post-graduation from two different places, what I did was I approached them and told them that I would require my documents for immigration purpose. So I got them attested into a sealed envelope, and What I did was I took both these envelopes into a single envelope and couriered it through a courier agency which was nearby to home. So as a result, I ended up saving some money on the courier charges. But now that West has changed their policies for India, we can no longer send the documents by ourselves. Instead, they require the educational institutes to send them directly all these documents in order to make sure that these documents are authentic. As a result, it just got a bit more difficult for us because we all know how certain universities are, and to get the documents from them could be a little more difficult. So the first thing to do is to approach your university and to make yourself aware of what is the process that they follow. Now this might take a simple phone call or an email, or you will have to go to the university physically if they are not good responders. So I want to talk about three different scenarios. First being when you have completed your education from an university like Bangalore University, Mumbai University or Delhi University. I want to specifically talk about Bangalore University because that's where I got my post-graduation from. Again, there's a small tricky part here, okay? Consider this to be Bangalore University. There are many different colleges which comes under Bangalore University, and I had got my post-grad done from one such college called MLAC. So what to do in such cases is, first approach the Bangalore University. They will provide you with a form. Now take this form to your college from where you did your education from. So get it signed and stamped and take this back to Bangalore University. Pay the fee online for your document attestation. Now there's this thing about Bangalore University wherein they will not provide you with any transcripts. Don't worry, in such cases what you can do is get the photocopies of all your semester mark sheets along with the main degree certificate. So take this to them, get it signed and stamped along with your West form. Now BU being BU, they will not provide you with the documents in one go. They will again ask you to go and come back on a different date. Hopefully it should happen on your first visit, or it might take a few multiple visits as well. So finally, when you get all your documents attested, make sure to check them again. Make sure there's sign and stamp on all the mark sheets and the certificates, and then put it in an envelope. Now for example, if this is the envelope, make sure when you cover the flap and seal it, there should be sign and stamp on the envelope also. And then also provide your West reference ID on the envelope. There are certain universities which will send these documents directly to West. However, BU will not do this. What you can do is, there is a post office in the campus itself. So take your documents there and post from there. Also, please remember to carry some cash with you because apparently they do not accept any cards or online payment. And in cases when your university do not have a on-campus post office, what you can do is find the nearest post office which shares the same postal code as that of your university and post your documents from there. So I want to share with you all a quick tip while dealing with such institutes, okay? Please start early, be on time, in fact be before time, because you never know what kind of googlies they will throw at you at the nth moment. And don't even get me started with their lunch breaks and closing time. So it's better to be safe than to be sorry. The second scenario is when you have completed your studies from an autonomous college. In my case, I have done my graduation from a college called NMKRV College for Women. It's in Bangalore and it is an autonomous institute. Now, if you're wondering what an autonomous college is, it's something like a college which is still under an university. However, they will have their own examination cell. They will set their own papers and conduct the exam and publish the results by their own. Now this honestly was the easiest part of my ECA process. All I had to do was approach them and tell them that I wanted my documents attested for the immigration purpose. So they cross-checked everything, signed and stamped my photocopies, and along with the West form, I placed them in an envelope and couriered it to West. Believe it or not, they didn't even charge me any fee for the document attestation. The third scenario is when you have done a distance program or your university is in a different state or country altogether, wherein it's not feasible for you to physically go to the university and get this done. In that case, what you can do is visit their official website. I'm sure they will have a section dedicated to this. So send them your request and pay the fee online. And in spite of this, if you have any further doubts, feel free to contact them via email or a phone call and get your doubts clarified. It might take some time and persistence, but I'm sure it will definitely work. The next question which people get is, should we get all our educational credentials assessed? Now I have heard about people who have sent their school and pre-university documents as well. Please don't do that. Visit their official website and you can see that which are the documents which are actually required to be assessed. So do it accordingly and don't waste your time and money sending those documents which are not at all required. So once this is done, keep checking your VES account for any updates. They keep updating it regularly, as in when they receive your documents and when it's under review, or if they have completed the review and the assessment has been sent out. Back then, it took them 16 days of time to review and complete my assessment from the time they received my documents. However, now this time frame has stretched a little bit thanks to the increased number of applicants and also due to the COVID situation. So it should all be done within a time frame of 1 to 2 months. I really hope this video will help you guys with getting your ECA done from VES, and I hope to have answered all your questions. If you still have any more questions, please comment. I'll try my best to answer them for you. If you did like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. That's it for the day, guys. I hope to see you all soon in my next video. I wish for all of us to be blessed with abundant love, peace and happiness. Take care and do remember, life's all about the little things.